What's going on, my friends? This is Turgon the Wise, bringing a new video to you today. It is Monday. We're almost through Monday. I mean, technically, it's Tuesday in the game right now, but where I'm at, it's still Monday. So we're approaching a week and a half into the season, and it is getting spicy. Yeah, we're 10 days, we're a week and a half into the season. So let me show you what's going on with the map. This is my 1.5 week season update. The 10-day passes are open, and the 5-day passes are open. And here's the map. As I have stated in previous videos, we are the hideous brown color, spanning from Eriador all the way down into southern Rovanian and Land of Five Streams, aka Gondor. And we also have been fighting over here, and we had an exciting event last night over at the pass between Ashen Plains and Gorgoroth. When the pass opened, Aces attacked immediately, and YuDz had an attempt at a snipe. It just wasn't quite the right timing, and Aces won the pass. Let's go over there and see the current situation is. It's looking pretty quiet right now. Occasionally, we're seeing a couple of marches from their side. A sprinkle, one or two. For a while earlier today, they were sending wave after wave of timed/coordinated attacks. It was great to see. It's great to see an enemy as organized as Aces is doing these sort of things, because quite frankly, we haven't seen much of that for a couple of seasons. Last season was real slow, not a lot of competition at all, and the season before that, the best teams that we faced were Order that did a little bit of that, but Aces, sending big waves. I would say 15, 20, sometimes 30, maybe even 40 different armies coming at us over at the tunnel. They did for a period of, I want to say, several hours, have possession of the tunnel, and we held strong over on our side and eventually pushed them back and reclaimed the tunnel, as you can see here. While that was happening, we also took the pass between Tarlar and whatever this place is, Non-Left Nui, I think is what the name of the region is. And it's been a spicy season. It's been good. It was really exciting last night, I gotta say, going for that snipe. I'll take personal responsibility for making the call a little bit early. Um, Misjudged how much siege we could do by about 50,000. And it's a good learning experience. These aren't the sort of things that we see happening very often in the game these days. I don't know how often other teams on other servers are doing like snipe attempts and stuff on passes. But if you are, or if you've seen it recently, like I want to say within the confines of the last, since 2.5 dropped, I would say in September, have you seen a lot of pass snipes? Or, I mean, we don't really see keep snipes anymore because you have to have um, a spring with a fortress on it in order to be able to even attack the structure. Passes are really the only opportunity you have to snipe anything, because there's their side and there's our side, and we both have springs on each side, so we can both attack. You don't really see that with keeps too often. I can't recall the last time off the top of my head I saw an enemy fortress next to a friendly fortress by a keep. It's been I don't even know. I don't even know if that's happened before. Have you seen that? Let me know. Let me know down in the comments below. So like I said, YuDz and Lame are the ugly brown kingdom. Aces and Order are the crimson red. Mars God of War red over here. We've got the purple kingdom of Stud, and we've got the green kingdom of Nat and Safe. And over here we got a blue kingdom of Tree. And there's a lot of interesting things happening around the map, but um, that is basically what is happening at the current time. Let's check out these pins real quick here. We're up to 7.8 million deaths in 14 hours at this pass. Very exciting, good stuff, fun stuff. And then out in the west in Trollshaws, there's a sprinkle of aces out there. I want to say probably about 15 players at this point have ported west for aces, maybe a few more. And there's also Lame and Order fighting out there as well. And then also over here, there's Order and Lame as well fighting in Rudar. I'm not entirely sure what's happening over in here, but as soon as I learn some information, I'll let you know. But yeah, so there's been a lot of exciting stuff. Oh, we got an attacker here. We got Danny coming in. I kind of want to see how I do against Danny. So I'm gonna do a guard here and let's see what happens. Let's see if Danny smacks me. Oh, somebody else beat me to it. Someone was later on the guard than me. How disappointing. Uber. Nice. Well, we can look at some reports here from the tunnel while we're on the topic. You got to see me fail at defending. Nice. So Uber fights Danny here. Pretty pretty good fight, I gotta say. Pretty even in terms of the counts, the army counts, and Uber has a slight edge, but really nice. Let's check out some of the gear and armor on the Krakens here. Mm, Z17 Dane. We got a Z16 Gandalf the White. Beautiful. Got Galadriel at Z16. Whew. And we've got Sauron at Z10. Very nice. And then on Danny's side, he's got a Z17. Pretty solid. Looking definitely very solid. There's a Z9 Gimli. Z10 Gandalf the White. And Z4 Sauron. It probably would have been a good fight if I had gotten it. A couple other fights here. Lonely. Doing some damage. This is a great fight. Uber versus Lonely here. Battle of the Kraken. Release the Kraken! Tasks. Whooping Susano there. Susano. Price. Eating up some Sakura. Susano and I drawed. But he won. He's got less troops than me and he ended up with more. So goes to show where I'm at. Danny versus Tasks. Looks like Tasks won that fight as well. Cannon versus half a Danny. Danny versus Darkness. Danny wins that fight. Pong versus Yarbanen. Price versus Brom. Let's take a look at these two gentlemen, shall we? Let's check out Pricey with his fancy Respect 14 Saruman and the Z9 Gandalf the White, Z12 Dane, sporting the 1.0 gear. Nice. And the Z3 Sauron. Versus Braum. Braum is a special guy. Spends a lot of time in the world chat, and I just want to give a shout out to the lifetime achievement of our very own Honor Capricorn for being blocked by Braum. That is a lifetime achievement award. Congratulations. You are the winner of this whole season. There isn't anything else that could happen now that will be greater than that. So, cheers, mate. Thank you. Thank you all. Moving on, Vessi versus Sakura. Vessi comes out on top here. CLF and Cesaro here. Pretty even-ish fight. CLF kind of lost a little bit, I'm guessing. I'm just curious, like, oh, okay, this is I don't know if this is his A team or B team, or I don't know if CLF even has A and B teams. He just has a bunch of really good teams. I'm just curious to see like how the stuns were. Yeah, all the stuns were on this side. There was no stuns on this side. That makes it rough. Alucard eating some Doxa. Ripley and Fate, not a full Ripley though. Let's check out Fate and Ripley here. We got a Z8 Dane. Very nice. Digging the command helmet there. There's Sauron. That's Z1. Z6 Bayorn. This is a really nice account. Gotta say, very nice Fate. Z6 Gandalf the White. Ripley on the other side has Respect 8 Dane, so it's like a baby Dane. And Z1 Saruman. Z6 Gandalf the White. And a Respect 12 Sauron. So this is kind of more like a mismatch. Like a whale versus like a baby whale, I would say. Boar versus Lonely, and he survived. Nice, nice. Wow. We got a Z1 Lurtz here, the maxed out relic. That is pretty. Got a Gandalf the White at R7. R9 Saruman. And the Z6 Sauron. That is nice. And then Lonely is, I think we looked at him earlier with the Uber fight. He is massive. This Z14 Sauron gives me shivers. It's like literally giving me chills. Ooh, we got a Skullhelm with 1.0 gear. That is quite violent. And a maxed out relic. So that is arguably one of the best Sarumans and Skullhelms you're probably going to find around the game. And then a Z15 Gandalf the White and a Z15 Sauron with 1.0 gear. This tactical maneuver shirt. Man, I missed that. I used to have a couple of them back in 1.0. Nice. Very nice, bro. Look at 215 defense on these mountain trolls. They are beefy. And he's got a fully refined relic on Sauron. That is buck nasty. Very, very impressive. I mean, Lonely won, but you lived. Just looking for reports where it's like 5,900 versus 6,000. Let's check out these guys. Excuse me, I'm sorry to cough in my mic. I'm still recovering from illness. R9 Saruman. Z4 Sauron. R13 Undying. And Z9 Shadow. Whew. And then let's check out Spyro. Z1, Gandalf the White with 1.0 gear, Tranquility helmet, and the Elven cloak with Unity for the extra focus. That is that is interesting. I like that. And then we got 1.0 gear. He's going last resort on his Z5 Dane, the maxed out relic. Impressive, very nice. Z1 Sauron, again with 1.0 gear, tactical maneuvers. They like their 1.0 gear over there. And you know what? That makes it interesting because we got some guys with 1.0 gear too. 1.0 gear too. Anyway, nice Bayorn as well. So solid win on the Aces side. Spiro getting the best of Terror there. Yarbinen and Hoon pretty close. Pretty close. A little edge to Yarbinen. I don't know if that's how you pronounce the name, so I apologize if I'm butchering it. Tasks, 8 shots fired here. And Fellow versus Sakura. Fellow was not full. I don't see another report from Fellow, though, so some interesting fights here on the pass. There's a lot of reports that I could just sit here and go through reports for like an hour, but I hate to bore you with such things. So let's go check out what's going on with the leaderboard in terms of fellowship merit. We'll start there today. YuDz is currently on top by a sprinkle at 3.6 million affluence. Ace is not far behind at 3.5. Lame is in third solidly at 3 million. Order coming in fourth at 2.5. And then we got Stud with 2.4 million. Nats with 1.9, Tree with 1.5, Russ with 1.4, and the Wingmen 1.2. And Safe coming in at 922. Papa coming in 11th, and some smaller warbands, down at the bottom. In terms of affluence, we have regained the top spots since the last time I really even looked at this. I had no idea that even happened. I'll just scroll through and show you the top 30 like usual. And, it's a pretty solid mix of YuDz, Aces, Order, and Lame. Coming to the merit board, we have 2 members of Order on top at 391,000 merit. 10 days into the season, that's a lot of merit, yo. Kudos to you, gentlemen. Lame coming in third with Kitten with 358. Very nice. Now, we're going to scroll through a little bit here until we kind of start coming across some YuDz. Rocky coming in 17th at 240,000. And Aces have a couple of guys, Fengarian and this special name at 218,000. Very nice guys. Mythlove 212. Considering that the fighting has only started today, having 200,000 merit in literally less than 24 hours is impressive, especially when you consider the opponents that you're facing. So on the Aces side, they're dealing with our whales and Kraken, and on the YuDz side, we're dealing with Aces, whales, and Kraken. So some of it is elements of luck. Fights where you're facing a more powerful foe, you can get the RNG and do okay. Conversely, you could get completely crushed because of RNG. There's a lot of different variables in the game, and some of it's just luck of the draw. You send your march, and it takes 2 minutes to reach its destination. You got no idea who you're going to hit when you get there. It's all luck of the draw. So that's your top. Oh, I gotta give myself 51. I've been doing some fighting too. But that's what's going on in our season right now, and it's really fun. It's getting spicy. It's interesting to see this many colors on the map. I was kind of only expecting to see two, but you know, spices it up a little bit. And as far as I know, I'm pretty sure like this green team is not really looking to do anything. I don't know for sure. I have not had any direct conversations with them at all. I'm just talking about like what I've heard, and secondhand information may or may not be accurate. It looks as though this purple team stud over here is heading its way up to go and fight Tree up in the Iron Hills, get a little battle between some of the smaller teams going over there. I know there was some fighting down here. They fought RUSS a bit down here. So we'll continue monitoring the server and we'll be hitting the 2 week point 0800 UTC on Friday. 2 weeks. I'll be coming at you next then, unless something extraordinary happens. But at this point, I think pretty much all of the action is the big action. The pass opening last night was a huge event. Again, if people are not familiar with the timings, you start the season, the chapter, all the passes are locked. There's passes that open in chapter 4. That happens at 0800 UTC, 5 days into the season. Of course, the season starts at 0800 UTC. I almost consider 0800 UTC kind of like that's where you set the waypoint in time because they force you to because of the passes opening at that time, at these intervals. 5 days for the chapter 4 passes, 10 days for the chapter 6 passes, and I am 100% sure that the chapter 8 passes here that will allow us into the regions by Dol will open 1 week from when the Chapter 6 passes open, which means next Monday, 0800 UTC. So that's when the real war begins. Everything else up to that point is just posturing because the trophy is in the center and no one can get to it until these unlock 17 days into the season. Now, what happens leading up to that? That's another 7 days in the future, so we'll have to wait and see. Um, it's been really good though. Let's see if this pin has changed down here. Still 7.8 million, 22.1 million participants. I mean, this is two teams. This is not two full kingdoms. Like, it's not Order and Aces fighting YuDz and Lame at this pass. It's just two warbands. 22 million participants in 14 hours. God damn, that is stellar activity. So I just wanted to throw kudos out, to everyone involved in that battle, both from Aces and to YuDz. Thank you for the outstanding battle and activity, and the sportsmanship. I think has been pretty good. I don't think it's been anything. I don't see like lots of super toxic stuff happening. It's just kind of casual bantering in the world chat with the same suspects. So it's a good server so far, and I'm looking forward to bringing you details more as they happen. So that's going to do it for me today. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to me ramble on for the last, oh, God knows what, 30 minutes. Uh, I appreciate you very much. Leave me a like and let me know if you have any questions or comments in the comment section below. And we'll be talking to you soon. Hopefully, sometime on Friday, I'll be able to bring you the next update. Thanks again. Best of luck to everyone on the server. I hope everyone has a good week and stays well. Take care, my friends. Turgon the Wise, signing off. Cheers.